Meteorologist Brittany Beggs in the studio with more on that and also our forecast as well. Brittany.
Hey, Latrice. Two things there. December they started having this conversation because it was brought up in a conference. And then on May 15th, the National Hurricane Center out of Miami is saying, hey, we're going to start putting these outlooks out, which means we could be tracking things a little bit earlier. So that's when we get those cones. Usually we don't get those until really the month of June. So things might change here. So the discussion was just talked about in December. And then you mentioned those kids loving being outside. I'm reading a book for Bo, and it's called The 7 Healthy Habits of Children. And one of those habits is being outside. I wish I had this when I was in school. And when all of us were in school, it's so important for them to be outside. So I'm on board with that, kiddo. Speaking of, we have clouds thinning out there in our western half across the Cumberland Plateau. If you are headed west, northwest, you're going to hit that sunshine. From Mount Eagle and up through McMinnville, the clouds are starting to thin. Our visible data that you're seeing here, it's a little overdone. We'll put it more of a milky sky from the Mount Eagle area, but you get the idea. Things are thinning out there. We should have some clouds thin across the Chattanooga area here in the next couple of hours. And as we pull back, you can see there's a lot more cloud cover though to our west. And that's what that next batch of little bit of rain that moves in tonight comes our way. So we'll enjoy the little bit of we'll call it a milky sky. Those high thin cirrus clouds, those are still going to be out there, but it's not going to be so damp and so gloomy probably in the next 2 to 3 hours or so. So because of that, you'll notice it's very cold in Altamont. You guys are still coming in at 38. I haven't adjusted our temperatures in the afternoon very much. I've adjusted Chattanooga, 56 degrees. But because that sunshine is coming, because those clouds are thinning across the Cumberland Plateau, I do think the sun is going to do its thing, even with that north wind out there. I think we're going to top 55 still in Altamont. As clouds start to thin out for Dayton and Athens first, too, I think these guys are still going to come close to the 60-degree mark. Sorry, Dalton. Sorry, Fort Payne. You guys are still going to stay in the mid-50s with more cloud cover this afternoon. Let me show you the rapid refresh model. The rapid refresh is thinking by 4 p.m. there could be some very light sprinkles out there. This is not going to be heavy, but for the kids getting off the bus this afternoon, they might have a couple of raindrops on their hoods. By 7 o'clock, though, that's when our showers kind of increase. This is 6:30, and you'll notice our rapid refresh is hinting at some moderate rainfall rates now. Here's right around 11:30 midnight. I don't see this bringing us heavy rainfall. That's why we're not weather alerting for tonight and early tomorrow. In fact, our rapid refresh is still showing by about 4 a.m., 5 a.m., a lot of this stuff ending. So I think this will be out of here before the morning commute tomorrow. There could be some wet roads tomorrow, but I don't think anything that's going to give us any poor visibility tomorrow morning. We still have the flood warning. It's for the Paint Rock River at Woodville. That's continuing here. It's still rising. It's going to crest this afternoon, and this is valid until 6 o'clock Central Time. So the latest reading was taken at 10 a.m. It was just below the flood stage, which is 15 feet. It'll reach and crest right around 3 p.m. and then by 6 o'clock, it's barely at that flood stage, and it should continue to slowly decline later tonight. So by 6 o'clock, that should be allowed to expire. Here's how much rainfall we're going to get tonight and early tomorrow. It's not a lot, certainly nothing we can't handle. This is showing by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, 500ths for Chattanooga, maybe a tenth for the Dayton area. I think this forecast model is going a little too meek for Dalton and for Blue Ridge. I think these locations could get 3/10, maybe 4/10 for tonight and early tomorrow, but nothing that's going to be causing any ponding or any flooding, nothing like that. As we move through the end of the week, Thursday is going to be the pick day this week. It looks splendid, sunshine. We're in between these two systems. Friday, late in the day, we get a little bit of rainfall, but I'm not seeing this a big deal Friday either.